Hello, everybody. I'm here with Patrick, and we are going to have an interesting discussion about the cloud and AI and his journey to becoming a consultant and an entrepreneur. Patrick, welcome to the Entrepreneur Spotlight hosted by Action Coach Performance.
Yeah, thank you so much, George. It's a good time to be here, and thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, my pleasure. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing now. What's your business? Tell us the name of the business and the type of clients that you serve.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, okay. My name is OSato Patrick Aigbogun, right? I'm a cloud expert, and my business, Cloud Enthusiast, which is a product of Gemo World Global Resources Corporation. And the sole aim of Cloud Enthusiast is to be a software factory. Uh, yeah, a software factory. What does that mean? It means that people have great ideas. Some have the boldness to register these ideas with the government and other stuff, but they don't know how to translate that idea into a software. So what we plan to do, what we are doing right now, is to work closely with your idea and translate it into a product, develop the product, host the product, and deliver the product to the audience.
Wow.
Just like an incubation, right?
Yeah.
And we have all the team across the tiers, and it has been a very interesting journey.
Well, yeah, it sounds amazing. So my question is, how did you get into this? So, I'm assuming that you didn't go from school to this. So how did you go from maybe being an employee to getting into this as an entrepreneur?
Oh, thank you so much. It has been an interesting journey since close to two decades now. I've been in the tech industry for close to 2 decades, and half of it is basically on cloud. And um, after my graduation, 2007, I was opportune to work with a data center support team, and we were there for 7 years. And it was not only data center, we migrated to using public cloud. That was my first hands-on on cloud. And we noticed that the complexity of IT and tech has been reduced, right? And the cost and other stuff. So it was so fascinating. I've been there. So it gave me the opportunity to really diversify, understand the core cloud environment. So this actually built my foundation. Then from there, I moved into other industry, and I was like, I've been here for the past 7 years. So this is where the world is coming into, right? So I'm like, okay, since I'm already here, let me take the best out of it. So I took some certifications, some trainings. I work with other companies on freelance basis just to understand the stack. Then I moved from one cloud to another, AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, Alibaba Cloud. I was just moving around all the clouds. Okay, let me see the difference between this. So this actually built my technical strength. And I also work with some fintech industry, renowned big businesses that are globally available, and I can't mention names right now, but they are all available in my LinkedIn profile. So I worked in those companies. I understand the stack, the challenges, and I was able to save some cost, as in from $10,000 to $1,500 cost for complexities. So all those things I was able to.
Okay, so let me back you up here now. Okay. Were you doing all this as an employee, or were you doing all this as a contractor, as a
Yeah,
freelancer?
yeah. Well, I was actually working as an employee, right? Then I was also doing sub consultancy as a freelance for one or
So it
two.
was your side hustle.
Yeah, side hustle, because I noticed that where I was working was great, right? But I needed to face more better challenges because I have this mind of going into business later. So some of them were free. Some of them was just free.
I get it.
Some of
I
them
get it.
came with some stipends, some come with some good money. But in all, I was able to grab a lot of experience and skill
and
So
real world experience, not
yeah, real world.
course experience, right? You weren't taking a
Yeah.
bunch of courses, you were actually delivering product for a client.
Yes, I was actually delivering a very standard product for clients. Then I think this has been my journey. And we started the stuff. Then when I noticed that the challenge has not only been having a business idea, it's translating that idea into a business entity, right? And the fears, people, I noticed there was still some gap between the developer, product ownership. What I mean by who have the idea, how does the ideas be translated? So this complexity was something I noticed. Okay, do you know what? I started by started training people. I started bringing up team together, share my knowledge. And some of them actually changed career. Some grew in career, cloud training for enthusiasts. Then I noticed that after the training, they need something to really work on, to really have this kind of real life experience. And this was how Cloud Enthusiast was born.
I get it. All right, so now I got to ask this. I ask this question to almost every one of my guests. Where did you get the entrepreneurial bug? Do you have family that are entrepreneurial? Do you have a mentor that was entrepreneurial? Where did you get the entrepreneurial bug? Because you're taking a lot of risk,
Yeah.
doing all this jumping around. And, most people, they say, oh, stick to something. You're working in a good company, like, keep working, get your pension. What made you say, no, no to all that? I'm going to hustle. I'm going to do all these different things. I'm going to expose myself to all these technologies. Where did that come from?
First, I naturally have this heart of helping people.
Okay.
That has been my natural. Even when I was in school, I have been lecturing, I've been helping people. So that helping people, just thought like, why not get value back after helping, right? I think that's how business is being born. And also had it to the fact that my background, I'm from Nigeria, I'm from Edo State, right? It's a small part in Nigeria. And we're not really more of a salary people. We're more of entrepreneurship, artistic
Ah,
people.
okay.
Maybe you've heard of Edo people. Benin, 1987 it's a big kingdom. If you go to the internet, you can read about us. So we were built to be self-dependent, to be self-reliant, right? That also formed my foundation, right? I remember my grandmother then giving me some stuff to go and sell, getting some crop and sell the crop and come back with some money. So that's
It's in the blood.
it's on the blood. So that was how it formed, and I grew up with it. So whatever I learn is not just work. No, how can I provide? How will I help the people? And that enthusiasm has been there, and it's still growing, right? So
I
this
get
is
it.
the fact
I get
that
it.
actually
I love
brought
it. I
business.
mean, and the everyone knows that the thing that makes entrepreneurs tick, the thing that makes us go is we see a problem, we want to fix it. We see a
Yes,
problem, we see an opportunity. We don't
yes,
see a problem as a block, we see a problem as an opportunity. And I
yes,
can hear that that's what you saw. You
yeah.
saw
That was
you saw this movement towards cloud-based services, and you saw this challenge that entrepreneurs or business had with adapting or getting access to it, or being able to optimize for it. And you said, hey,
Mhm.
that's an opportunity.
Yes. And to add to that, that's actually what inspired me. And to add to that, the knowledge is high, and the skill to acquire this knowledge seems to be more high. So the business owner feel like, okay, where can I start? How can I be able to leverage in this skill? To employ a DevOps engineer, a cloud engineer, they are kind of on a high side. And I'm a new startup, right? So, okay, since there's a gap between an idea and implementation, why not bridge that gap? Why not
Yeah.
stand with the people? Okay, what do you want to do? Do you have the boldness? Are you bold enough to register it? Are you bold enough to make the government aware of this idea? Then if you are bold enough to take that step, then we are bold enough to help you out.
Wow, that's great. I love that pitch. I love it. Okay, so what have been some of the challenges you have faced as a young entrepreneur? When as someone who is building a business in a relatively new
And very,
sector, You know,
Yes.
it's this, you're not selling tires, you're not selling, this is something that's kind of obscure for a lot of people still. What have been some of the obstacles you faced?
Well, the first obstacle is the fear of the unknown.
Hmm.
That's personal fear. Like, okay, what if not, right? That's a fear. Okay, what if I'm out of job today? What if there's no contract coming in? What if this? What if that? But that is something I have to fight personally, and I think I've overcome that. Then the second one is being taken seriously. Yeah,
Hmm.
because sometimes people feel like what you're about to do has been done before, right? Why are you trying to go into it? It's like being taken seriously. And the good news is that whatever thing I have decided to do with my team, right? I believe so much in team, believe so much in people. So when I see their enthusiasm, what I have also given to them, I just feel like I shouldn't fail them, right? I shouldn't fail them. So I put all effort to ensure I drive it through. So in that, whatever thing you want to do, just keep doing it. Keep doing it, keep focusing on it. It may look like it's not working. Like I was in Detroit last week, and one of our application was adopted by a community to be used for their program, right?
Wow.
And when I was making that presentation, it's my first global application presentation. I like, yeah, we made it. Yeah, we got to this point. And then after the presentation, I got some applause of the other app. I got some applause, like, yeah, meaning I was actually doing the right thing,
Good
right?
for you. Good
So
for you.
that satisfaction comes at the later end, but at the beginning, it's kind of, are you sure this is going to work? That will come in. And funding is another thing. I don't really believe in getting MVP out, running after finances. I'm not that kind of, it's a good idea. I'm not saying it's bad, but I feel you have to get hold of your business. I study Facebook who founder Mark Zuckerberg. I studied his business plan. He didn't run into the market like, okay, give me money. So get your product ready, work it. If you need to do minion job, you need to work with other companies. Build your capacity so that when the people see the value, you have choice instead of having no choice and just putting yourself in a bottle, right?
You're not interested in selling a $1 billion business plan.
Yes, that's the goal. Sell it when it is ready to be sold, not like, okay, an escape route. So I believe so. Funding is part of it, but in order for you to succeed in funding, you need to build a relationship. You need to know how to sell your idea with people, let people buy into it, and be plain with them, be truthful with them, right? And don't leave any gray areas, right?
Yeah,
And
that's good advice.
it will work. If people know that you are genuine and you are real, most people will still doubt, but more people will follow you. And those people are the people you really need. They buy in. And this
Okay, so
is,
that leads me to another question. You talk about team. What
yes.
have been some of what advice would you give to startups or businesses that are on the grow, if you will? What advice would you give them when it comes to hiring? These days, the common thing we hear is, oh, it's hard to get people, it's hard to keep people, it's hard to find people. What advice would you give to people who are having challenges as far as their team is concerned?
Okay, thank you so much. It's a global challenge, so I won't water it down. I won't say we have mastered it, but the principle I operate in is we have many football. If I watch football,
Oh yeah.
football, yeah. I studied as a winger and Alex Ferguson, right? And other clubs, right? I enjoyed Alex as a winger kind of management process, which is get people that needs this skill, that needs this platform, right? Empower them enough, then they become an asset. That is but it takes time, right? That is my model of getting my team. So I look for people that really needs the platform. I provide a platform for them, right? Then set up some management processes so that their learning process will not affect your system, right? By providing so many rooms. Then when they are in, most times they kind of fall in love with what you do. They just don't want to go. Some of them will, and So they are already in. So even if you have to let them go, even when they leave you, they are still part of you. They are still responsive to you. I know other business plan is difficult, other business plan, but for tech, other business plan, some people look for people that are already there, already top notch, and just get them. Those people that are already at the peak of their career, they know they are at the peak of their career. So transitioning is very important for them, right? But those that are coming up, and if you have 2 or 3 loyal people that are peak of your career that are working with you, build up a capacity ground up.
Mm.
That way, when you have a loyal staff, you're going to have a loyal team. This is the principle I'm operating on. We are still building, we are still in the process, right? But this is the framework that I think helps. It will help for startups since you don't have the multi-million-dollar yet.
Yeah, no, it's true. The even in the most sophisticated organizations, the idea now is moving away from hiring people that are already trained, already competent, already, like you say, at their peak, and moving back to the, the 40s, 50s, and 60s. The corporate world had this idea: we hire people out of high school,
Mhm.
we groom them, we train them, we give them on the job training, or we pay for specialized skills training. And that investment in those people, when they're young, when they're new, pays back dividends later as they become more competent and they are loyal to the company that invested in them in the beginning.
Yes, and that's a good business plan. Although it's not one stone kill all beds. What I mean is not one situation that master all. There are some
Right,
situations you have to
right.
get, depends on how complex is your infrastructure. But if you're starting up, I think having people that buys into your idea when they know that you're just together. Look at all the people, the big businesses today we celebrate. They actually built their platform. My Facebook team, they were not really big names at that time, but now they're names, right? And Andela and bigger companies, Morgan. I've studied. I study businesses. That's something I do. I enjoy reading about business. I'm currently even doing my MBA now, which also give me the opportunity to study businesses more.
I'm gonna pause you there. I have to say this every time one of our guests on the show hits a bell as far as something that we believe is a core value for leaders. We say leaders are readers. In our organization, we say if you want to lead in business, you must learn. You can't just stick with your subject. You have to learn about business itself, right? And it's really nice to hear you saying that.
Yes, learning is part of it because you can't just know it all. You learn from ground up, you learn from up down, you learn from people that have succeeded, you learn from people that have failed, right? Because they call it failed because maybe there was a step they would have just added to their effort that would have made it a success. You could just be the one to have that step and you succeed, right?
Yeah.
So everybody is something for me is a process. It's a continuous learning process. I read, I studied, and mostly it may not be between the 4 walls, could just be LinkedIn Learning. I have account in LinkedIn Learning.
Yes, I saw you had a few courses that you had the little certificate for.
Yeah.
One course that I saw that on your thing that I was curious about, didn't I see a Jack Welch training
Yes.
in there somewhere?
Yes.
Talk to me about that a little bit.
Okay, thank you so much. Jack Wedge is an opportunity for me to be part of that learning plan. I'm still in the process, right? When they reached out to me about their MBA program, I enjoyed it because it's a hands-on MBA course, right? It's not just MBA you just study. And during my course, since I've joined this year, I think this is my third semester. We just completed the summer. We're going to fall. I have happened to learn from the real brain behind the GE Electrics, right? The General Electrics, which is Jack Welch himself. And the principles which I've learned from him, have also helped my business. It seems like I'm like doing a copy and paste sometimes, right? I just get some knowledge here, go back to my business, dump it, right? Explore it, go back here, pick, dump it. So it has also refined the way I do my business. So it came so handy. And right now we're doing marketing. So it's talking about the global market, how to leverage on the current global marketing tools. Fantastic course. I would recommend it for anybody.
I read the book when he retired, and he and his daughter started the project. I was at an event here in Montreal, and I went to see him actually, and I had lunch with him. And that wasn't just me; there was a big group of us, and it was great. I liked the idea. I liked the concept of the school, and now all these years later, it's nice to talk to someone who's actually been through the school. So it's really cool.
Yes, yes.
Really cool.
Jack Welch is, I would recommend the school because even the assignments, oh no, the lecturers, the professors, they are great, right? And what they take out is it's a practical based MBA driven.
Yeah.
So it's not just MBA that you just study and do your assignment. You see how you apply it. And if you are business driven, you just see yourself going through the process and enjoying every flow of it.
I
So,
think
and
the big takeaway for entrepreneurs is that business moves quickly and the market changes quickly. And if you're not constantly keeping up with trends, if you're not constantly keeping up with what the market is doing, and having a way to experiment with different ways of doing things to adapt your business, eventually you're going to find yourself either boxed out by a competitor, or a product or service is going to come along that's going to make your product or service obsolete.
yes.
And so the need to always be learning and evolving is a part of the nature of business,
Yes.
especially today with technology.
Yeah, even in the era of technology, talking about technology, the agile technology has never been so dynamic like the way we are now. Now we're moving from different management processes to other, from Scrum now to DevOps, from DevOps to DevSecOps, and now in platform engineering. Now AI has joined. So you see, you train the continuous going through the trends also help you optimize, because the goal of agile is to cut costs using lean methodology to make sure that you don't spend so much and you still maintain your optimal productivity. So whatever technical solutions you are going to be employing, like now I'm a cloud engineer. I understand the framework of DevOps, DevSecOps, platform engineering across all cloud infrastructure. So it has also helped me to know, okay, you have to keep growing. Otherwise, you may be using an idea that is no longer effective or that is more costly than using an idea that is just off the shelf and you just grab it. So the more you know, it influence your decision, influence your solution architecting, and the whole framework, even your communication, it also influences it. So it's
I mean, how many times do we see entrepreneurs that have a great idea and they get to work on building the solution before they go to see if the solution already exists out there somewhere else? Instead of building it, go look to see if it exists somewhere else first.
Yeah,
Right?
yes, that's one thing that I really appreciate what we are doing now at Cloud Enthusiast, right? One of the things I enjoy is that we have a complete product team. So we do our survey, right? When I started, I didn't do that survey. I went into it, but now I have a team. So what we do is that if you bring your idea, we have a product management team and product ownership team that will own it and do survey and see, okay, what is there something like this? We know no business is the same unless you just copy the business plan.
Even then, it's a different team, so it's going to be different.
Be different. So no business is the same. So what we try to do is, okay, well, this is the business. It's not to discourage you that this thing is already been done. No, it's to tell you that, okay, this one is done, right? But if you go this way, maybe you have an edge, right? But these are your competitors. Just have an idea. So that has also, but if you look at, say, okay, I want to do a business that has not existed before in tech, you do nothing.
Good luck. Good luck.
You do nothing.
Not easy. Not
You
easy.
do nothing. Either it's be written about it, somebody have wrote something about it, or somebody have done it halfway, or somebody's already running with it, or somebody have made it so big. But the truth is, if you are bold enough, as I mentioned, if you are bold enough to take it a step further, because for the idea to come to you and for you to be excited about the idea, it means that there's something good about it. So
Yeah.
maybe you need to tell the right people. Let the right people hear about your idea. Let them fine-tune it with low cost. That's one of the interesting things about cloud. Before you need to go and get server, get infrastructure, get this, you don't need to get all those things. Bring your idea, we fine-tune it, which will give you a prototype, an MVP, and you test it, it works. Low cost, very low cost. Then you start your business like that. Then you scale, you keep scaling. The more you have your customer, the more money comes in, the more you're able to service your infrastructure. That is something cloud gives to us. Compared to before, you have to get all this stuff, then you start looking for how to pay back the money you've loaned, you've gotten. Now
Oh
you have
yeah.
infrastructure, you pay as you grow. You grow with your business.
Well, your energy is amazing. It's clear that you are passionate about what you do and the market that you serve. Let's talk about that for a second. So, who are your typical clients? Like who is the person that is ideally suited to working with you as a client?
Okay, thank you so much. We don't really have we are more of B2B, right? We're more of B2B, business to business, right? And that business to business could be small business, medium business, or large business, or somebody that is planning to do business.
Okay.
And so this is our client, irrespective of your industry.
Okay.
Irrespective of your industry, if you have an idea you want to do business, or you're already doing business, you want to optimize, maybe you want to migrate your infrastructure from on-premise to cloud,
Mm-hmm.
you want to build up your tech team, maybe you don't have enough team, you want people to, we've looked for, we have some team that we've trained, well, we can also use our skill set to get more team for you and get more relaxed. But if you don't want to worry about those headaches, that is what we plan to do. Don't worry, bring your idea, we develop it for you, we deploy it for you. While you go ahead and market it, we can even help you to market.
Wow. Okay, great. Okay. So what's the next step for you? So in a year from now, we knock on your door and we see, how you're doing. Where do you see you in a year from here? Where do you see your business in a year from now?
Thank you so much. I'm glad I'm in the North America, and I'm glad I'm permanent resident here in Canada. I'm glad for all this. My goal is the solution we have is a global solution. It's a very vast global solution. So, which means in a year from now, I want our revenue business to be more formidably stable. Right? We are still on startup, right? We're still going to be, I think it takes, according to business processes, take like 2 or 3, 4 years to leave the startup trends, but we're still a startup. But we should be able to provide solutions to a formidable company that is running in full scale. In terms of making multi-million dollars. That is our, so we're looking for that big idea. We are hunting for the big idea. And don't forget, everything is legal. So we are going to be having some legal stuff. So your idea is kept for you. Your brands and your trademarks are going to be 100% yours, right? We have so much idea.
So you're basically looking for a unicorn that you can help grow.
Yes. I think that's a big goal. We're looking for a unicorn or unicorns, if there's a word like that we can help grow, so that in next one year we can proudly say, oh, that business is in full capacity. We empower that business.
I gotcha. So you're like a tech accelerator. You help accelerate businesses using technology.
Yes. We help accelerate. We call ourselves cloud enthusiasts. There's no N in our enthusiast spelling. We don't believe in no. We don't believe in possibility. We don't believe that it cannot be done. So our team, we always tell our team, there is nothing like it cannot be done. It has not been done. How can we do it?
Or we haven't figured it out yet.
Yes. Not like, no, it can't be done. So those are the message. It's an idea where we are pushing to them. And because whatever thing, if you're able to think about it, if you're able to boldly go ahead and register it, then we can help you. So that is the goal. The goal is we are accelerating, we're empowering you, we are cutting costs for you. We're trying to cut cost and we're trying to make you know that yes, we are here. We got your back.
Amazing. I love it. That's great. Well, this has been an amazing discussion, Patrick. I love the energy. I love a lot of the points that you hit along the way with regards to leveraging technology, being true to your roots of your going back to your hometown, your home village. That you can start a business with anything. You could build a business with anything as long as you have the drive and the willingness to learn. You use the word bold over and over again during this discussion. And you're right, it does take boldness to get into business, but you don't do it alone. You rely on your team.
Yes.
And you do a lot of learning, and you have ambition, and that's great. I think every entrepreneur, that's the recipe for success.
Yes. You just summarized it. I like the way you put it together. And I think I don't have anything to add to it.
Well, listen, that's great. I love it. We're going to let you go and wish you all the best success. Thank you for coming on the show. And maybe we'll get back to you in a year from now and see if you found that unicorn.
Yeah, trust me, you're going to have more unicorn story to share.
All right.
I am
Thanks a lot.
about that. Thank you, George.
Take care.